guys. So I wanted to make this video because I realized I've been getting a lot of questions lately about the different ingredients in skincare that I talk about here on my channel and on my Instagram. And I know I've shared a lot of different product recommendations with you guys, but I realized also that I have been studying, researching skincare and different ingredients for years and years and years, so you may not know what the heck I'm talking about. So I thought I would share with you today 3 skincare ingredients that have completely transformed my skin and some of the products that I recommend trying if you have similar concerns with your skin to me. If you are new here, hi, welcome, my name is Lauren. Thank you so much for coming, hanging out, and chatting beauty with me. I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so I hope you will subscribe, come back, hang out, and learn more about the kinds of beauty products I like, what I recommend, tutorials, all that good stuff. But in the meantime, let's get down to the skincare game changers that I want to share more information with you guys about. So just as a little quick backstory for any of you guys who don't know me well or haven't been watching my videos for a really long time, I have oily, acne-prone skin. It tends to be more combo in the winter, so I tend to be pretty normal in my cheeks and the top of my forehead, but really oily in the T-zone. And then in the summer, I'm just oily everywhere. So right now, it's that transition between fall and summer. So my skin is still pretty oily, but I know as we approach October, my skin is going to be a little bit less oily, a little bit more dry, but I still have problem areas generally around my nose, kind of in between my eyes here and on my chin. Growing up, I used to suffer from pretty bad breakouts, kind of all over, but especially, I had a lot of hormonal acne, and I also think that I had a sensitivity to dairy and I didn't really realize it. I think because of the hormones in milk, I tend to get a lot of breakouts around my jaw, and I've noticed since I have really cut down the dairy out of my diet, my breakouts have improved significantly. So just a little pro tip, if you are someone that suffers from hormonal acne, try cutting down your dairy, especially milk, ice cream, any kind of soft cheeses or anything like that, and see how that works for you after 3 or 4 weeks if you notice a difference, because I have found big difference for me. So being someone with acne who gets pimples, I have been on every topical medication the dermatologist could prescribe me. I tried antibiotics, birth control pills, the whole 9 yards. The pill does definitely help me because it's kind of gotten my cycle more regulated, but that's something that's really dependent on your health, your personal history. That's something you'd have to talk about with your doctor as to whether or not it's appropriate for you. But if you're trying to work from a topical sense of things that will help to clear up breakouts, what I found makes the biggest difference is good old tea tree oil. I usually get mine from the Body Shop. This is just a little dabber jar that you can apply with your fingers or with a Q-tip, and it retails for about $9, $10 or so, and it takes a while to go through one of these bottles. It'll last you several months, so not really anything that's going to break the bank. And what I found about tea tree oil is it's a natural antiseptic, which means it naturally kills bacteria. So it naturally is going to kill the bacteria that causes acne on your skin. But it is not as drying as some other chemical acne treatments like salicylic acid or benzoyl peroxide. More specifically benzoyl peroxide. I find that that used to be strong enough to help clear up my breakouts, but it was super drying, and it bleaches your face, it bleaches your towels, your sheets, it just kind of is super destructive, and I really never liked using it even though it was effective. But I find tea tree oil is just as effective at clearing up a pimple as benzoyl peroxide is, with none of the downsides. Salicylic acid, on the other hand, is a more gentle chemical exfoliant, which I'm going to share my personal favorite in just a minute, but I never really found that it did very much for my skin. It just kind of made it peel and dry, but it didn't really have enough oomph to actually kill the bacteria and really get rid of a pimple when you have a big flare-up. So if you have a pimple, you just dab a little bit of this tea tree oil right on top of it, and it will really clear it up super quick. If you put it on morning and night for a couple of days, it will go away really fast, and it doesn't have all of those downsides of a regular topical medication. Now, it's all well and good to know how to treat a pimple once one pops up, but really what's even better is to prevent them from happening in the first place. And what I have noticed has made a significant difference in the texture of my skin is incorporating glycolic acid into my skincare routine. So glycolic acid is a type of alpha hydroxy acid, which basically an alpha hydroxy acid works by like disintegrating the dead skin and debris off of the top layer of your skin so that cell renewal process can happen more quickly. So I've noticed as I've gotten older that I get less big pimples, but I get a lot of texture on my skin. So I get like teeny tiny little bumps and roughness and dull skin on my face. And I think that's just because the combination of my skin being so oily and with having large pores and all these things, the dead skin cells kind of get like trapped in the oil on my skin, and then they just kind of clog my pores up, and it's not a good situation. So what I've found is that incorporating an AHA into my skincare routine kind of really helps to like keep the gears turning in that skin renewal process, so that way I don't get as clogged of pores, I don't get as much roughness, and my skin just generally looks a lot clearer. So I have a whole bunch of products that I'm like absolutely obsessed with that have AHAs in them and that I've found have been really amazing for my skin since I've started using them. My favorite cleanser is this one from Derma. It's the Anti-Wrinkle Cleanser with vitamin A and glycolic acid. So even though this is kind of designed to be anti-aging, I find that it's really great for helping to clear up those texture issues as well for the reasons that I shared before. This is also a very gentle cleanser, so it's not harsh, it doesn't strip your skin, because if you're oily and you use a really like stripping, drying cleanser, your skin's just going to produce more oil to compensate. So definitely switching to a nice gentle cleanser makes a big difference if you have oily skin, and this one is amazing. I like to use this especially in the morning. It's really refreshing, it smells fruity and nice, and it just really gets my skin looking extra clear. I've also been pairing that with a toner that has glycolic acid. So this not only kind of gets rid of any residual gunk off of your face, especially at nighttime, but it also just kind of refreshes the skin and adds that little extra bit of chemical exfoliation. So I've been using this glycolic acid toner from Badescu. This retails I think around $18, so it's not like stupid expensive, it's not super cheap, but one bottle lasts quite a long time. This has, I'm not sure what percent glycolic acid. It's not a very high percentage, maybe like 2 or 3%, but it's just enough to kind of give you that added little bit of something to kind of keep that process going and keep your skin looking nice and smooth and kind of more radiant. So I definitely have been enjoying this a lot. On a similar note, the Pixi Glow Tonic also has 5% glycolic acid. This is really amazing if you really want to like clear up that texture in your skin. The only thing is I think this is a little bit stronger than the Badescu one, so you may need to kind of work up to using this every single day if your skin experiences sensitivity to it. Really with any of these glycolic acid products, because it is an acid, if your skin is sensitive or your skin's not used to it, going ham and like using all these products at once is going to really irritate your face. So start small, incorporate like one thing, maybe use it every other day, see how your skin does, and you can kind of more gradually get used to using things every single day as your skin kind of lets you know what does or doesn't work for it. But I really like this Pixi Glow Tonic. I just got this bottle sent to me from Pixi, which was so generous of them. I'm really excited. I haven't cracked into it yet because I want to use up the Badescu one first, but I have used the Pixi Glow Tonic in the past, and I think they both are very good. Now these next couple of products are not things you would use on an everyday basis. These are more treatments you can incorporate into your skincare routine like once or twice a week. First is the Derma Overnight Peel with AHAs. I really like this a lot. It is a much more affordable alternative to the Drunk Elephant Framboos Glycolic Night Serum, which is fantastic, but costs like $90. So while that serum has like a lot of glycolic acid and does really amazing things for your skin, it costs an arm and a leg, and this is a really nice alternative. It's also a little bit more gentle, so if your skin is extra sensitive, this will probably work better for you. But this again is just a blend of AHAs. You put it on your skin at night before bedtime, maybe like once or twice a week, and it's just going to really help to smooth your skin out, help to reduce fine lines and wrinkles in addition to the texture and the acne. And it is quite affordable too. I think a retail's around $18, which is much nicer than 90 if you ask me. I also have another one here from Pixi. This is the Peel and Polish, which is a treatment like scrub slash mask. So basically you massage this into your skin and then you leave it on for like 1 to 2 minutes and then you rinse it off. This is intense stuff right here. So this definitely not only has the like glycolic acid, AHA, sort of chemical exfoliant side of things. It also has a physical exfoliant in it, so it's kind of like a double wham bam. This one definitely you want to use and see how your skin responds and give it some time in between. I think it says use 2 to 3 times per week or as needed. So I would definitely say start with one, see how your skin does, and then if you can use it more often, it really makes your skin like baby's butt smooth. Super, super smooth. It's really nice, especially like if you know like you have a special event, like the night before, using this will like help your skin be extra prepped and smooth for makeup application the next day. And then the last like treatment product that I wanted to share with you guys is something that I just recently discovered and I have been like obsessed with it, and it is so amazing for fall. This is the Andalou Naturals Pumpkin Honey Glycolic Mask. So this has honey, it has glycolic acid, it has pumpkin, which has a natural chemical exfoliating property to it. It smells like Thanksgiving on your face. It really is like legit the texture of pureed pumpkin. It's a natural brand, there is no junk in here, and it retails for $14, which is super affordable. I think this is like such a steal. It is just as good as like $60 pumpkin masks. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And this one costs just a fraction of the price and is really, really good. So this again is something you could use at bedtime, throw it on when you're in the bathtub and hanging out for 20 minutes and just let it kind of brighten your complexion up. Really, really nice stuff. Now, all that being said, AHAs have one big downside, and that is that they make your skin more sensitive to sunlight. So you want to make sure if you're using any of those products that I just shared that you're using sunscreen every single day, because nobody wants skin cancer. I don't want you to have skin cancer. I don't want you to get sunburned. I don't, want you guys to have premature aging and sunspots because your skin is more sensitive to the sunlight and you're not protecting it. So I have 2 sunscreens that I wanted to share with you guys. Now, I personally am a fan of physical sunscreens. So this is another sort of like skincare tip, little thing that you guys might want to know or consider. There are basically 2 kinds of sunscreen out there in the market. There are physical sunscreens and there are chemical sunscreens. So a physical sunscreen works by literally physically blocking the rays of the sun, the UV light from your skin. It creates like a shield that bounces the light back off of your skin. The downside to that is it can show up with that like ghostly white cast in flash photography, because the light of the flash is bouncing back off of your skin and giving you a white appearance. So some people don't like physical exfoliants because of that and because they might look a little bit more chalky on the skin. But to me, number one, they're way less irritating. They're not being absorbed into your skin. They're kind of a barrier on top of it. They're also very photostable, so they don't break down in sunlight as quickly. On the flip side, chemical sunscreens work by literally being absorbed into your skin. So they take longer to be effective. Like you need to put them on at least 15-20 minutes before you go out into the sun for them to actually work. Once they're absorbed into your skin, the sunlight hits your face and then it converts the UV light from like a damaging UV light into heat, basically. So it doesn't have the downsides of that white cast. Usually they're clear, usually they are less greasy than a physical sunscreen, but they're A, less photostable, so they break down more quickly, and B, your skin is absorbing them in. So I find that I technically am more sensitive to chemical sunscreens. They tend to make me rashy, they tend to make me break out, they tend to make my skin just like look like a little bit bumpy and irritated. Like I've never really felt like any chemical sunscreens over long-term use have worked out really well for me, and any like foundations or things that have chemical sunscreens in them tend to like make me super greasy by the end of the day. They just don't really work for me. So I personally always tend to gravitate towards physical sunscreens, which basically, if you look on the back of any bottle, if you look at the label, you want to look for the words titanium dioxide and zinc oxide. Those are both physical sunscreens. Pretty much everything else is chemical. Also, if you're looking at a label, if it says the word mineral sunscreen, that usually means it's a physical sunscreen. So just as a little shopping tip, if you want to go the physical route, look for either physical sunscreen or mineral sunscreen on the label. So I have 2 recommendations to share with you guys. They're both kind of pricey, but they work really well. They're very thin, and for someone with oily skin, I feel like these do not make me super greasy by the end of the day, and they don't leave a lot of that chalky white cast. So I think for right now, they are totally worth the splurge investment. The first one is the Dr. Andrew Weil for Origins Mega Defense SPF 45. This is really nice. It smells very herbaceous, but it's almost like a serum texture. It absorbs into your skin really quickly and it provides a nice amount of SPF. And then I also have the IT Cosmetics Anti-Aging Armor. Now this one's SPF 50, which is bomb. This has almost like a little bit of a tint to it. It's supposed to have like shade adjusting properties so it doesn't leave that icky white cast again on your skin. This one has almost a more silicone-y, slippy feel to it than the Origins one, but it's very skin smoothing. Honestly, like you could put this on like a no makeup day and it just kind of makes your skin look a little bit more perfected. It's really nice. And this one I think retails for a little bit less, maybe like a couple dollars less than the Origins one, but they both are over $40 I think. So kind of pricey for like an ounce of product, but a little goes a long way and it really does a great job of protecting my skin without interfering with my makeup application or anything like that. So to me, it's worth it. So those are all the little skincare tips, tricks, information that I wanted to share with you guys. If you found this video useful, helpful, in some way informative, please give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate your support. And again, if you're new to my face here, I hope you will subscribe to my channel so you can get more beauty content from me and fun product recommendations and reviews and all that good stuff. Again, I post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern time. So thank you guys again so much for coming and hanging out with me. If you have any other questions about anything I talked about here or about skincare in general, just make sure you post those for me in the comment section down below. And in the meantime, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.